In this video, we're going to set up our swing attack animation. To do this, we want to select our player, our sprite, and we're going to basically create a new animation called swing or attack. To do this, select your animation view. We're going to create a new animation, create a new clip, go into your sprites, characters, player, animations, and let's call this attack. Save this out. And we need to now jump into our attack animation, which is our regular swing animation here. And we're going to take frames 0 through 34. Before we do this, I want to make sure that the proportions are accurate. So let's open up our sprite editor and let's slice this to be grid by cell size 256 by 256. Go ahead and slice it, and now we have proportionate squares. Hit apply. Once that's finished, X out of this. And now you can drag 0 through 34 into our animation view. Once you've done that, you'll be able to play it in the editor, and you can see here we have our /animation. In terms of the sample rate for this, we can probably go with about maybe 25, just like our jump. So let's go ahead and test that out. 25, and you get this nice, smooth swing. All right, so I'm going to keep mine at 25. You're more than welcome to play around with the sample rate. Once you're ready, save your scene. And now we can create the visual logic for when to attack. So when should we be attacking? Well, we have to think in terms of what state can we attack at. So can we attack if we're in idle, and can we attack if we're running? The answers to these are technically yes. If you're running, you can attack. And if you are idle, you can attack. Now, what about jumping? If you're jumping, can you attack? The answer to that is no, although we do have later that we can add is a jump swing, which will slice your sword while you're jumping. So we could do a jump swing, and that's going to be a separate animation with its own transition. So to do this, what we want to do here is basically just trigger the attack. So when can we attack here? Well, we can attack when our player is in idle. Let's go ahead and just do that for now to make it easy. So we have our attack here, and we're going to transition to attack. And then after you're done attacking, you should go back to idle. So actually, now that I think about it, you probably can't run an attack. If you were to do that, what would we transition back to? We want to make sure that when you attack, you're standing still. But we'll be able to mess around this. Maybe we'll add the player run after we get the idle set up. So here we are. We have our attack transitions. And then what's the logic here? When do we go to attack? Well, we just want to trigger this animation. So we could have a bool here that's true and false, but then we have to keep track of when your attack animation is over. Instead, what we can do is a trigger. And a trigger is basically going to play that animation, and once the animation is done, it will then just exit back to the idle. So we're going to call this attack. So here is our attack trigger, and on the transition from idle to attack, the exit time is no. And from here, we're going to say trigger. So when we trigger the attack from idle, it's just going to play the attack animation. And on the transition back, it's just going to be empty. We're going to make sure that has exit time is checked. And what that's going to do is it's going to transition us automatically from the attack animation back to idle. So if we save our scene here to save these transitions, and then also make sure that you select the transition here and make sure that the fade duration is 0. We don't want to fade from attack to idle. We just want to go after the animation's done. We want to instantly go back to idle. So if we preview this animation here, we're going to attack and then go idle. And that's exactly what we want. And then here to go from idle to attack, when we trigger it, we're in idle and instantly we're going to start attacking.